Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for today's video. Happy Monday. It's question and answer Monday. I'm answering questions from your guys' questions from last Monday. Go down below and let me know if I missed your questions. I didn't do it on purpose, so let me know. Ask again. Let me know what you think of my answers. Keep asking more questions about your initial question if you think I can help you more. Oh, there's a sign behind me. Someone supporting the channel made that for me. Isn't that nice? It's actually a lot more complex lights than does all kinds of things, all kinds of colors, all kinds of designs. Kind of cool. Thank you for making that very much. If you guys want her to make things for you, you can go visit her website down below. Ask questions, leave locations, let us know where you are. Please sign the petition if you haven't already. Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. It's right down below. Everyone in the world, just follow it and support it. Thank you very much. If you think these videos are beneficial to you or to somebody else, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. That's all I ask. Just hit the thumbs up because it needs it. It's the only way that these will continue. And subscribe to the channel, please, so you know that you'll see other videos that come out and memes and stuff I post. Anybody that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. And thank you very much, Alan, for your donation. I couldn't respond to you through email, so I hope that you see this, Alan. I appreciate your hard-earned money. I can't think of a better gesture of support. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Alan, and everybody who's donated to this channel. All right, let's get into the questions. There's not many this week. I didn't have them ready. Not many questions, but good ones. And not many questions means usually I could spend a little more time on them. All right, let's see. Stephanie from California. Hi, Stephanie. Says, thank you for taking the time to answer my question. Everything you said validated how he made me feel. You're right. This was about control and his self-worth. I'm doing better. Your videos help me heal. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Stephanie. I don't care what you do. Hope you feel better. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate that. Seems like you're starting to feel better. Don't know who this is except JTL9283. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well, Mr. 9283. Don't know where you're from. Let us know your locations. Everybody, tell us where you're from. David, your videos have been super helpful. I don't know if my ex actually has BPD, but I suspect if she split on me for leaving her for going home to sleep before work the next day, and it was so confusing because I had nothing to do with her. That was her fear of abandonment coming in. She ended up breaking up with me right before my birthday party and blamed me for a lack of communication when I was putting in most of the effort, and she was giving me breadcrumbs. Watching all your videos, it makes more sense now. Borderlines definitely do not respect boundaries. Well, it's a big problem for a lot of borderlines. Yeah, for sure. And, you know, I know you guys hear that. You know, what do we do? Boundaries. How do we keep them from, boundaries? It's all boundaries. But a lot of you guys don't know what they are. So it'd be good to learn what boundaries are so that you're aware of where yours are. Thanks for leaving the video. Don't know who you are or where you're at. Thank you for your question. Marcus, don't know where you're from. People, please leave us your locations. Hello, David. I am half BPD, half ASPD, and all I want to say, that's very hard to diagnose because I don't have all the symptoms from each, and I have empathy for animals, children, and some women. And as long as I'm conscious of my thoughts and behavior, I'm all right with everybody. You doing a good job. Keep going. Regards. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you chiming in and telling me. I do, a lot. I get a lot of flack from people that are like borderline and stuff like that. Healing Family from California. There you are. Hello. Thanks for your thoughts and advice always. I think your answers are always so helpful, clear, educational, comforting, and much, much more. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time to help us all. Been with you for 1.5 years. Thank you. Wow, I cannot believe it's been that long already. Where does the time go? Thank you for supporting me for so long. I want your thoughts on the last words my ex-fiance told me the day of our discard. Your fiance discarded you and children And I think it was about a year and a half ago, maybe a little more, 2 years. Crying in tears like a big baby, he said to me, "You're too good for me. You deserve better than me, and you're too fancy for me." What are your thoughts on this? What do you think was going through his mind? Thank you. I don't know. I gotta say that clear, but I know you guys want to answer. You really want to know what I think, and if what it looks like to me is somebody who has a lot of shame, who believes he's not worthy of someone like you, but even more so, it's this. It's defeated. It's like, I can't do it. I think he has seen. I think he is having a moment of clarity of his capabilities and believes that the relationship and the responsibilities and accountabilities is too much for him to handle. It's too stressful, and he bailed. And I think what he's saying is, "You're too good for me. You deserve better than me," meaning he knows that he feels he's not, that he has low self-worth and not able to function in this relationship, because I don't think he is. And that is just an exorbitant amount of stress. And if I can't fix it or anything, I just run away. Yeah. That's what I think. What do you think? What do you think? What did you think, and what do you think of my answer? Let me know. Thank you. David, my problem is that there is someone at my level on a different team who constantly makes me look bad at group team meetings. However, my boss is not on these meetings, and we are forbidden to record them. There are no minutes. I wish I could make this up, but I've tried telling my boss, and it's very hard to come up with specific examples. I don't want to quit. Otherwise, I love this job. Good. She has even complained to my boss that I wasn't getting it, RE, the project. It's so absurd. I have 30 years of industry experience, so don't worry about it. Let her say whatever she wants that's not true. I'm sure your boss knows that you're quite capable in your 30 years of industry experience. So who looks bad in that situation? She does, doesn't she? Don't become the problem, Kathy. Keep protecting yourself, okay? And keep protecting yourself, but try to not absorb or internalize anything she's doing, and just look at her as someone who's not functioning well at work, who's a bully, who has high conflict personality, probably doesn't get along very well with others. Just let her do whatever she wants. You can't control her. Control yourself, and don't react. She's going to accuse you of things you didn't do. She's going to try to upset you. She's going to go say to your boss bad things about you. And let her keep doing that, and let her be the problem instead of you constantly. I'm not saying you are. That's good that you said something, and then that's good if that helped. Let her be the problem. Let her constantly go to the boss and say things about you that aren't true, and she will be the problem. I promise. She's bullying you. This is inner stuff, and she's picking on you because probably something with your childhood and growing up, you're very nice, and somebody can make you doubt yourself or defend yourself pretty easily, stuff like this. If it doesn't work, she'll stop doing it. If you show that you don't care, if it looks like you don't care, not bothered by it, she'll stop. She'll pick someone else. Or she will just look bad doing it. Okay? Does that help? I'm sorry. I don't know everything. Feel free to ask me more. Ask for more advice. If she does this, what can I do? And I'll try to help you. Thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you like your job. Don't give it up just for that. Dan from Nebraska. Hello, Dan. In my estimates, David, the mirroring behavior I find to be particularly seductive, even more dangerous to me than the push-pull behavior. I only say so because I seem susceptible. My own love mirrored back. My question is simply, do you find mirroring to the level of a BPD can accomplish as more damaging than the push-pull? I sure did. Alas, these beautiful green pools, so reflective, held no permanence or love for me. That's funny. If how we react to someone mirroring us so much says a lot about our own narcissism, doesn't it? Which we all have. I'm not saying you do, Dan. It's just a lot of these behaviors I did like. I guess I did like someone mirroring me, idealizing me. I must have, because I fell for it. It just feels so gross now. Now, mirroring is a behavior that we all do on a social level. It's like conforming, right? We all dress the same, at least in our social groups, and try to look kind of the same and talk about the same things and stuff. So we're mirroring each other on a social level, but to the degree that someone with a disorder like borderline, who has really, really fragmented sense of their own self, and that's what they're doing. This kind of mirroring they do with you and changing their appearance, identity, who they are, this makes it so afraid for them to lose you. They feel like they've developed a part of themselves and are afraid to lose that one little fragmented piece of their own selves they have now. That's what that's about. Do I find it can be more dangerous? I don't know, Dan. I mean, you take all these things on a single basis, right? The push-pull game, the mirroring is seductive, and it triggers our own narcissism, right? The narcissist can't get along with anybody and wants everybody to be just like them, right? I can't handle you having a different opinion than me. I can't handle you having something more than me. I can't, it's different higher status. But no. Can't handle that, right? And having someone mirror you is kind of like that, right? Oh, you're just like me. Great. I can only get along with people or I'm falling into the pool of narcissism, staring in my lover's eyes that's mirroring me, right? How about that one? I don't know what's more dangerous, Dan. I just know that as we grow and develop our own selves, that kind of stuff doesn't really work anymore. I said maybe the mirroring is so seductive it's the only way the push-pull game can work. What do you think? What do you think, Dan? Thanks for your question. Scandinavia here. Alex. Hi, Alex. From Scandinavia. A general question. In your experience, which personality disorders are attracted by each other? My mother is a diagnosed borderline, but my father was a very difficult personality too, with at least strong narcissistic traits and a lot of problems following the law. I guess these kinds of relationship dynamics are pretty common. Thank you for your videos, Alex. I know what you're asking, and I'll tell you what I think, but it's not so much that each disorder has their own such unique personality that there has to be that certain dynamics only work together or something. Now, I think of it as you're so toxic, you're going to end up together. We were neglected enough that we took a chance with someone this toxic. We got involved with someone this toxic. It doesn't really mean that it has to be. I mean, sometimes with my clients, I can identify we can together. This is why you're attracted to this specific type of man, because your father is exactly like this. He made you feel like this, a lot of stuff like that. But so cluster B really stands out alone. And I know they all have their own clusters, and they're all unique in that way. But the cluster B is way more exploitative than others, typically. Way more exploitative than others. And what happens is people in this cluster B grew up possibly with exploitative parents, and they're drawn to exploitative people. They're also more susceptible and vulnerable to be exploited. So I think that cluster is unique in that way, and in that way they tend to be drawn together. I've noticed that a lot of parents that might have borderline personality disorder, histrionic, on that kind of spectrum, what we used to call neurosis, emotionally unstable. I notice that parents that will raise highly narcissistic children that might have narcissistic personality disorder. And I've noticed that very narcissistic parents, like a really narcissistic mother, tends to raise children who are extremely like borderline. That kind of dynamic. I've noticed that this is very prominent. Borderlines will date narcissists, people with that disorder, big time, highly narcissistic people, and vacillate with people who maybe not very narcissistic. And it's kind of like they get victimized and controlled by the narcissist, and they go and victimize and control one of us, and then go back to the same narcissist over and over, or find another one, and then be victimized and controlled. If that makes sense. Now, I mean, you've got With borderline, genetically linked, there's a genetic link to schizotypal personality disorder, also with schizophrenia. Borderline, schizotypal, schizophrenia. A lot of schizotypals look and act just like borderlines. You guys will find or talk to a schizotypal and you'll be like, God, I think they're borderline. Very similar. Often misdiagnosed. I could come up with some scenario or dynamic for any two to get married, probably. It doesn't mean that that's typical with those two disorders, if that makes sense. But there's some that stand out, like I said, borderline and narcissist. You got schizoid that won't really get too involved with anybody. You've got obsessive compulsive personality disorder that's so completely controlling. You know, they may do well with an extreme narcissist or sociopath, and I say do well, whatever that means. Or be very controlling to a schizotypal or borderline. I don't know if any of this has any relevancy, but thank you, Alex. Ken from the southwestern United States. Hi, Ken. He says, hi, Dave. It's David, please. Thank you. I work with my BPDX. I left her 2 months ago, but it was awful, and she called the police on me. What did you do? What'd you do? Were you not meeting her needs? I gave my supervisor minor information, but requested she put I'm saying you elsewhere probably, as she had an office next to mine. She continues to come into our building 5 or more times a day and stomps her heels loud by my office each time. I keep my door shut. There are lots of holiday parties, people bringing in food, etc. Not everybody knows we broke up, so they tend to invite her to things, and you're probably there, and so you guys see each other. You said you're trauma bonded badly and so sad still. I do not want to see her around laughing and acting like life is perfect. How do you navigate healing when your ex is 20 feet away in another building? Continues to come by and is invited to everything. I can't heal because she is always around. I've blocked her and all, but even hearing those footsteps hurt. What have you done to heal so far? What are you doing? Most people say, well, I got them blocked and I'm trying to date someone else. What are you doing? The number one is talk therapy. Okay. So we don't give up on healing. We don't wait for healing. We just go to talk therapy. We talk to someone first. That we try that, right? The number one way. Then writing. So we talk and write, things like this. There's a ton of things we can do and exercises, and you might need a professional to learn to have some of those suggested to you. How do you heal while someone's working next to you and stopping by your office door? The same way that you would heal without them doing that. Talk therapy. That's how we heal from this. And you can heal from this no matter how many times she walks by your office door. Try to see that she can't heal. Try to see that she doesn't look at herself, right? She didn't apologize very well, doesn't change behaviors, doesn't take personal inventory, introspect, things like this, doesn't know herself. And you see that she can't accept that it's over, that she can't heal from you, and that she's going to constantly stomp by that front door trying to get your attention, trying to control you. Still can't accept that it's over. Start laughing at her doing that. But start talking to someone and start processing everything that happened so we feel better about it, so these things can't trigger us anymore. Right? It's that simple, isn't it? As imagine another person that you don't know well there stomping by your door. Won't bother you very much. What's the difference? This one hurt you. This person hurt you. That means it still hurts, because once it doesn't hurt anymore, it won't bother you that she stomps by your door. So it's about you being hurt. So what are we going to do about being hurt? The seeing her won't bother you when you don't hurt anymore. She's not hurting you anymore now. It's over. She's just reminding you of that you hurt still, right? So let's go heal that. Process it, express it, talk and write. Go try it. Please. You're worth it. Yeah. This is very complex, very severe, very serious. If you don't, you might do it again. You might never have functional, healthy relationships again. You think you're depressed now, Wait till you do this again or 2 more times. Thank you. Ken, let me know what you think, what I said. Nicola Tifa? I don't know what your name is. My brother, 35, and I don't know where you're from either. Do you say? Nope. Only one person said they're from the Southwest. That's crazy. Please give us your locations, everyone. Tell us where you are. I swear to God, you guys answer. You guys watch the videos, right? My brother, 35, is a sociopathic person and depressed. I think, not sure, maybe narcissist. Don't follow society rules at all. Irresponsible, nihilistic, misanthropic. I think you mean misandry. Hates men. Can't hold a job. Jobless. Doing illegal activities. He has charisma. Not going to lie. He has the looks. Lazy, cold, uncaring towards people, feeling in love to see people suffer, unblinking, predatory stare, making people feel uncomfortable by his stare, and toy with people, dislike people, belittle people at times, not always, lack empathy, compassion, show limited empathy. He's complex. I don't understand him. He also believes that human nature is intrinsically evil. That's a lot of times what we think about ourselves, and that deep down people only care about themselves. He also, well, yeah, who does he care about? He also isolates himself a lot, yeah, but he doesn't just care about himself. Well, maybe he's saying he's including himself, right? He's evil just as we all are. Then that's the psychopath, sociopath. They do evil things and they think that it's okay that we all really do it. He also isolated himself a lot from people because people work on his nerves because of this narcissistic society plague we live in, and try to avoid it so he can't harm people. So he avoids people so he doesn't harm them. That's exactly what sociopaths do. I don't know if that is sociopath or narcissist or depressed person. All. Why not all? Why can't he fit the criteria for antisocial and narcissistic personality disorder and be depressed? Wow. He became more evil, and he blamed people who created him this way. He don't take responsibility. He always finger pointing, their fault, not mine. They created me, their fault, etc. Like a child, like I said, he's very complex. He's less complex than neurotypical people. Everything you described is antisocial personality disorder, and sounds more sociopathic than psychopathic. Yeah. You don't really have a question, though, I don't think. But I read it. Did you have a question? You want to ask me something about that? Please do. I'm not going to guess. That's it, I think. Yep. Let me just make sure, guys. Hold on. Yep, that's it. Told you, short questions. Thank you for your questions. Let me know what you think of my answers. Please consider, again, subscribing, thumbs up, sharing the video, ask questions, leave your locations, sign the petition. If you're interested in light or other things that Shannon makes, go look at her website. Thank you again, too. Thank you, Alan, for your donation. Have a beautiful week, guys. Love yourself first, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.